I got a story to tell. One about a fella who plays retro video games and is a voice actor as well. His name is Rodeo. You can call him Balto just fine. He's gonna play some retro games and hopes you join him this time. He plays role-playing games often on the PS2, but other games, well, that's fine too. So come on in and settle in for a spell. Heck, bring some of your friends as well. Make yourself cozy and grab yourself a drink, 'cause when he talks game design, he hopes it'll make you think. But you don't have to take my word for it, you'll see for yourself soon. Just don't make mention of that dog from the cartoon. The stream will begin in just a moment, so please enjoy this song. And now that you know the lyrics, this time sing along. His name is Rodeo, but you can call him Balto just fine. He's gonna play some retro games and hopes you join him this time. He plays role-playing games often on the PS2, but other games, well, that's fine too. So come on in and settle in for a spell. Heck, bring some of your friends as well. Make yourself cozy and grab yourself a drink, 'cause when he talks game design, he hopes he'll make you think. But you don't have to take my word for it, you'll see for yourself soon. Just don't make mention of that dog from the cartoon. The stream will begin in just a moment, so please enjoy this song. And now that you know the lyrics, this time sing along. His name is Rodeo, but you can call him Balto just fine. He's gonna play some retro games and hopes you join him this time.
Neon flickers in the rain tonight. Plastic smiles under artificial light. City breathes through wires and smoke. Every promise is already broke. Skin and steel don't feel so far when no one knows who you really are. People pass with vacant eyes, selling truth and perfect lies. We learn to hurt, we learn to cheat. Now love's just cold sold on the street. They taught us how to want too much, how to numb the need for touch. Now I don't know who's alive anymore, now that love is nothing more. So I fall in love with chrome tonight, with a heartbeat that's programmed right. She says my name like it still means something, when everyone makes me feel like nothing. If this city killed the human soul, then maybe love was never whole. If all that's left is a perfect lie, then warmth begins to die. Lipstick warm, but the blood runs cold. Love and memories bought and sold. She laughs on cue, she cries on time. I begin to forget the lie. They taught her how to look afraid, how to love in ways to make me stay. She asked me if I feel okay. No humans asked me that in years. My only response is tears. I search your face for something real, but I'm scared of what I'll feel. I start to believe that synthetic affairs, and that she's the only one who cares. So I fall in love with chrome tonight. you sure? Does it matter anymore? If she bleeds cold and I bleed out, who's the monster walking out? So I choose the one who lies with grace, with thin face, skin on a perfect face. If this is all the love that's left, I'll embrace the lie and live bereft. We made this broken world by ones. Call the silence moving on. If love's apart, then we're is true. Then maybe we were the snatchers all along. Neon face, sirens hum. She says I love you, the sweetest lie I've ever heard.
Settle on in for a spell, 'cause I got a story to tell. One about a fella who plays retro video games and is a voice actor as well. His name is Rodeo. You can call him Balto just fine. He's gonna play some retro games and hopes you join him this time. He plays role-playing games often on the PS2, but other games, well, that's fine too. So come on in and settle in for a spell. Heck, bring some of your friends as well. Make yourself cozy and grab yourself a drink, 'cause when he talks game design, he hopes it'll make you think. But you don't have to take my word for it, you'll see for yourself soon. Just don't make mention of that dog from the cartoon. The stream will begin in just a moment, so please enjoy this song. And now that you know the lyrics, it's time to sing along. His name is Rodeo, but you can call him Balto just fine.
Neon flickers in the rain tonight. Plastic smiles under artificial light. City breathes through wires and smoke. Every promise is already broke. Skin and steel don't feel so far when no one knows who you really are. People pass with vacant eyes, selling truth and perfect lies. We learn to hurt, we learn to cheat. Now love's just cold sold on the street. They taught us how to want too much, how to numb the need for touch. Now I don't know who's alive anymore, now that love is nothing more. So I fall in love with chrome tonight, with a heartbeat that's programmed right. She says my name like it still means something, when everyone makes me feel like nothing. If this city killed the human soul, then maybe love was never whole. If all that's left is a perfect.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Retro Rodeo, where we are retro. I am Rodeo, and we are continuing our journey through Snatcher. We planned to try to get through the entire game before Christmas break. My Christmas break, I guess I should say. Didn't happen that way. We got through the first 2 chapters. We are now here. We are ready to start chapter 3. It got wild last time. Oh boy. And, I've heard from other people that chapter 3 goes even harder. So, get ready for that. Welcome in, Vagrant. I am ready. My body is ready. Okay, let's just get right into it. I feel like it when we got from chapter 1 to 2, it gave us a recap of everything. So I'm not even going to like try to do a recap. I'm going to let the game do a recap. I think that's the smarter way to do it. Let's see. Let's just got to do a little jiggering here for a sec. Trying to make sure all my notes and stuff. I got a 2-screen setup, but I have to keep the game window open or else it doesn't work. So I gotta jigger things around a bit. But I hope you're doing great, Vagrant. I saw you over in Leary's stream, so I know you're doing pretty okay. Okay, I think. Yeah, there we go. Now I just gotta hit this. Oh, okay, that's what I was afraid of. Okay, I have to restart the game, but don't worry, it's just a minor. I forgot to plug in the controller before I started the emulator, so now it's like, what controller? You know, it'd be too easy if it was easy, right? Not a stream unless you have some kind of inconvenience, some sort of technical difficulty to overcome. This static though, that's a throwback. You don't see that anymore. I'm pretty sure no TVs do that static anymore. And then I hit that, and we're right back where we were, and should be good to go. Yeah, here we go. Okay, chapter 3. It's gonna be wild. Why it not doing nothing?
With the start
There
of
we
this
go.
year's Kyoto Summit just 3 hours away, the delegates from the participating countries are beginning to arrive at the conference center. A major poll of domestic and international opinion, carried out just last week, shows that the vast majority of respondents favor a complete quarantine of Neo Kobe as a means to combat the risk of the Snatcher menace.
Now that the Chief's death has been confirmed, it won't be long before they strip us of our Junker authorization.
They will be deciding how to handle Neo Kobe at the summit in just 3 hours.
There are rumors that they're going to use nukes on the city to make sure the Snatchers are wiped out.
Yeah, so I guess it's not going to do much of a update of what happened before. What was all the stuff that like led to the culmination? We found out that the Snatchers have a plan where all the world leaders that are left are going to come to this Kyoto summit, and the plan is to then replace the people there with Snatchers, so that they got world leaders that are actually Snatchers, and use that for basically the short of it is they're going to use that as a means to take over the world. And the one who had been helping them all this time was actually the I guess it'd be the Junker police chief, who was our boss. He's the one who had actually been helping them all this time. They did this whole thing where the person who could be the Snatcher is either Henry or the chief. They planted a couple red herrings to make us think that it would be Henry, but it wasn't. And we came across the chief, and we had to deal with him in Snatcher headquarters. Henry died. Oh, Henry died. That's right. Henry died trying to protect Mika. And can't remember any other major. Oh, no. Oh, right. At the very end, we get a call from Jamie saying all like, I have my memory back. She was of course very obtuse about what exactly that meant. But like, she's like, I got my memory back. Yeah, that's right. 07 to Henry. I got my memory back, and they've captured me. They also have our son, or something like that. Like they're our child. can't remember if it was son or daughter, but like, they have our child and I remember everything. And it turns out all of this is all our fault. We got called Harry, not Henry. Sorry. Thank you. And we got called Professor Seed or something like that. Something Professor or Dr. Seed, or like someone referred to us as that, inferring that we that there's something more to our identity than just, random guy who's detective dude. But yes, the Snatchers have kidnapped Jamie. They are going off to Russia, I think. Something, I can't remember what. I'm sure they'll update us on it, but everything is focused around Moscow. I don't know if we even know why yet. Just like everything is Moscow. The Kyoto Summit's coming. The plan is to replace world leaders and politicians with Snatchers. And yeah, I think that is it. Any other major things that I missed? If you guys can think about them, feel free to just put them out there. Let's keep going.
That's ridiculous. Come on, this is the 21st century.
That may not be as improbable as it seems. The world's leaders are extremely concerned about the Snatcher problem.
The chief was going to calm this hysteria in his speech at the summit, but that'll never happen now.
3 months ago, government pressure on Junker operations increased dramatically. Gillian's transfer here was really our last chance.
Our own chief was snatched. It's not too surprising they don't want to trust us anymore.
Right.
I've heard that the Army and FBI are going to take over operations now.
That's correct. That too will be officially decided in 3 hours' time.
3 hours, eh? Is there any way we can find their hideout in that time?
If we don't, we and everybody else in this city are finished.
As far as they're concerned, we're just like a cancerous tumor that has to be cut out.
We have to hit the Snatchers' headquarters before then.
Gillian, can you do it?
If we only knew where it was, I should be able to manage something.
Hitting their outposts like Queen's Hospital won't do any good. We have to find their main nerve center.
What about the memory of that Snatcher who was impersonating the chief?
Oh, okay, now
Just
they're kind of
like
doing a
the others, It was
recap.
completely blanked. It's a form of self-destruct mechanism that they use.
Wait a minute. Mental. What about tracing that video phone call from Jamie?
It was no good. The call didn't last long enough. Still, it definitely did come from within the city.
Damn. Where are they hiding?
Gillian, can't you remember anything at all? Didn't Jamie say something that implied you were somehow connected to the Snatchers?
Nothing. I can't remember a damn thing. Metal, I want you to tell me everything you know about me. Why was I sent to Junker headquarters? Where did I come from?
Gillian...
Metal, the chief's dead. Tell me everything you know about me.
Uh-oh.
Well, you see...
Metal!
All right. With the chief gone, you are the highest-ranking officer here.
You knew
That's
all
right.
along?
Of course.
Okay, here we
Where
go.
were we rescued from?
3 years ago, you and Jamie were taken into protective custody in the Siberian Neutral Zone by the 17th Siberian Investigative Force. More precisely, you were discovered in cryogenic sleep pods in an underground bunker near Moscow.
Cryogenic sleep pods? You mean they were frozen?
This is a photograph of the bunker. There is no record of when you were placed there. In addition, the third pod was empty at the time you were discovered.
There were 3 pods?
You were revived and taken into custody by the Army. Apparently, as a result of the extended sleep, both of you suffered from complete amnesia. However, another theory suggests your memories may have been intentionally erased. This is the only piece of evidence found at the site.
That's Harry's picture, from when he was a kid.
Huh?
That's correct. Harry is Gillian and Jamie's son.
What?
It's been confirmed by DNA tests.
Harry? Harry was my son?
What?
Using the information gained from the photo, it was established that you are Gillian Seed, and your wife, Jamie Lorraine. Both of you are American citizens, born in the late 1960s.
The 1960s?
In addition, both of you vanished without a trace in 1989. There is no other information available about you after that.
1989?
Yes, you come from a world that's been gone for 50 years.
But what does that have to do with the Snatchers?
When the 17th Special Investigative Force was bringing the two of you out, there was an accident. Though the two of you were all right, most of the 17th was killed. One of them was a Snatcher. Of course, before their departure, they all underwent thorough examinations. So, if one of them was snatched...
It had to be somewhere in Siberia, right?
That's correct. And in order to attempt to determine the origin of the Snatcher, as well as your true identities, you were assigned to Junker headquarters. The hope was that exposure to the Snatchers would help you regain your memories.
Moscow? 50 years ago?
Almost everyone who was in Moscow at the time was killed in the catastrophe.
So Gillian and Jamie are the only living witnesses?
Harry was my son.
Yeah, that's wild to me. Harry is his son? What? Like, what? Okay, the time frame for it would have to have been like they thawed out Harry first, like as a child, and then got older, and they were still cryogenically frozen, which meant they didn't age. What? This is wild. This though, you know, I really should have expected something like this. It is a Kojima game. This is pretty on par for a Kojima game, so yeah. Okay.
Did he know?
No. It was highly classified information. He was never told.
I was never able to do anything for him.
Wait a minute, Gillian. Didn't Jamie say something about taking a boy hostage?
That's right. They must know about Harry and are using him to threaten her.
We have to find their headquarters quickly.
We've only got 3 hours.
Gillian, let's think this all through again. We may get some kind of a hint out of it.
You're right. There may be some clue in the way they're operating.
All right. Let's go over what we know about them.
Okay. First of all, let's see, I gotta try to remember the voices here. First of all, what's the Snatcher's weak point? It is UV rays. Which I guess sun's rays is close, but UV rays is more accurate. This is the Snatcher's weak point? That's correct. Their weak point is their defective artificial skin. Long-term exposure to ultraviolet rays causes mutations in the melanocyte. It causes it in the stratum basale of their skin, which became cancerous. Specifically, long ultraviolet rays in the 250 to 350 nanometer range is responsible for causing the cancer. That's right. So that's the reason why they're so limited as to when they can be out. Got the story beats covered well. Okay. Thanks, Vagrant. They only come out at night in the middle of winter and wear sunscreen even then. That's the method that Jean used to figure out what the Snatchers were up to. How ironic. It turns out that the destruction of the ozone layer actually had a benefit for us humans. That's right. Now, what method were they using to move and be able to avoid ultraviolet rays and sunlight at the same time? They were using the underpass. They were using the underground tunnels.
Maybe you do, don't care.
Am I still set to hit and run? I shouldn't be. No, I'm set to Snatcher. Oh, you did make me look though. Welcome in, Marzipan. You definitely made me look. Okay, hold on. Here we go. All right. I think I mean, Black Taxi kind of, but not really. It's got to be Underpass. Well, that'll be next Saturday. We're getting pretty close to finishing the missions, I think. This is the method of movement that the Snatchers were using? That's right. They were using the abandoned tunnels of the old tube liner system to get from place to place. That's how they were able to move around without being noticed. Nielsen's apartment, the old factory, Queen's Hospital, all of their hideouts were connected by the tube liner. So maybe there's a tunnel under their main base as well. There's a good chance of that. Next, what phenomenon was always observed at any location where Snatchers appeared, including the underground tunnels? Sneezing. Sneezing due to what, Snow 9? This is the phenomenon you're talking about? Come on, Gillian. I know you gotta recap the story, but you don't have to have Gillian sound like he's relapsed in his amnesia. That's right. And what was the cause of the sneezing? It was the Snow 9. This is the reason for the sneezing? You're correct. The sneezing was caused by the presence of the allergen Snow 9. Snow 9 is an artificial form of pollen developed by the military, and its presence is limited to certain regions. They were using it to interfere with radio transmissions and keep people away. They probably were producing it intentionally themselves. The only regions of the city where Snow 9 is still present are areas around the Ina River. It has been cleared out of other areas because of the danger it presents. So that means that their base must be somewhere near the Ina River, right? That is a fair conclusion. They are probably somewhere near the Ina River, protected by the Snow 9. Accessible to the tube liner, and near the Ina River. And we must not forget the 3 photographs that we found the Snatchers with. All of them were related to the Soviet Union before the catastrophe. The map on the wall of Nielsen's apartment. The picture of the temple in the director's office at Queen's Hospital. The photo of Red Square hidden in the chief's office. Why do the Snatchers keep pictures and memorabilia like this? Maybe they're homesick? Maybe that's where they came from. Homesick? Come on, get serious, Mika. They're robots, you know. Let's analyze this a little closer. What city is related to all 3 of these pictures? New York! God damn it, I knew it was those damn New Yorkers. Russia is not a city. It's Moscow. this is the city they have in common? I keep feeling like the "is this a butterfly" meme every time Gillian is talking here. That's correct. It's Moscow. Thanks, Metal Gear the Explorer. Moscow must be where they come from. That must be the basis of their programming. You might be right. Just as people have a hometown that is dear to them, their creator may have put a hometown into their programming. They use very advanced artificial intelligence systems, so they may have needed something like that to maintain their emotional balance. Yeah. They were born out of nothing, but they needed to give them some kind of image as an emotional base. So Moscow is their creator and their home. And the place that they found Jamie and I.
In other words, this homing instinct thing of theirs has led them to set up their headquarters in some place that reminds them of home, or their creator.
What part of this city is like Moscow?
Moscow's really cold, right? They get a lot of snow, don't they?
Snow?
No snow has been recorded in Neo Kobe in several years.
Well, then that's not it.
Wait, what about that pollen? That crystal bioengineered stuff, Snow 9?
Now that you mention it, wasn't it snowing on Jamie's video phone call?
That's right. Their hideout has to be somewhere close to the Ina River.
The Ina River flows for miles around here, Gillian. We could never search it all in time.
Gillian, let's look at a map of the areas investigated so far. This is an enlarged view of the southwest portion of the city around the Ina River. This blue area is that in which Snow 9 is present. Now I'll superimpose a chart of the abandoned tube liner tunnels. From this, we can establish those areas with Snow 9, which are accessible by subway tunnel.
Damn. Nice try, but it's still too large. We could never cover it in 3 hours.
Don't give up so fast, Gillian. What about that image of home thing we were talking about? Maybe there's some kind of geographic similarity. Maybe the same view can be seen or something.
I'll display a map of Moscow alongside.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
What's this?
The river's identical.
Look, the rivers are exactly the same shape.
This is the Moscow River over here.
It looks like we're on the right track, Metal. Show us the location that Jamie and I were picked up from.
All right, right here.
Metal, before the catastrophe, what was at this location?
The headquarters for the entire Soviet Union, the Kremlin.
The Kremlin?
That Snatcher said something about taking Jamie to their Kremlin.
Metal, what spot in Neo Kobe would match up with the location of Moscow's Kremlin?
Calculating. This is the spot. It's presently occupied by an old church. It's rather large, but reports indicate it's been abandoned for nearly 20 years.
That'll do
And
it.
it's right in the middle of the Snow 9 and subway area.
That's it! That's their headquarters, their new Kremlin.
Gillian, let's go!
Wait, Gillian. I want to go with you.
Sorry, Mika.
Hey, I'm a junker too, you know.
I know, and you're a great one at that.
Okay, so first off, it's hilarious that they have the lip syncing entirely wrong here. So it's like the voices are reversed. Second, does it seem like Mika suddenly has a different voice actor? Like maybe it's just me, but it seems like she sounds different than she did just a second ago. And that could be, I do voice work, right? It could be the same actress and they just recorded on a different day, which, that does happen. That's why usually you want to try to get as much recording of scenes done in like little packaged parts of the scenes. You don't want like different days recordings side by side, or you can tell a difference. But she definitely sounds different to me.
So take me with you then.
You head to the summit to warn the delegates. They haven't given up, you know.
The summit's in Kyoto. I'm not going to be the only one to run.
You've got to convince them not to use nukes on Neo Kobe.
We found their hideout. There's no need now to sink the whole island.
Yes, but...
Third chapter was
It's a
made
tough
after
job.
the
Can
fact.
you do it?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Gillian. I'll do what I can.
You know, I think that's right. I remember reading that now. That, like, when it was originally made, it was only the first 2 chapters. That's right, because the Sega CD version, which came out many years later, is the only version that has the 3rd chapter, right? So it could be the same actress, but she just sounds differently after the years went by, right? Close enough, but different when you hear it side by side. If I didn't hear it side by side, I wouldn't have noticed, right?
Thanks. Thank you, Mika.
Don't say it, okay?
Let's go, Gillian.
Gillian?
Yes? What's wrong?
How about dinner sometime?
Dinner?
Yeah, you know, dinner.
Mika.
Not interested.
Oh.
I thought it would be nice, you know, to kick back, relax. It's Christmas after all.
Christmas, huh? I'll be back by then.
Gillian, we have to hurry.
That's a promise, right? I heard you.
Yeah, okay. But I gotta go to church first.
I'll see you soon then.
Gotta go
Okay,
to
Metal,
church
let's go.
first. Was it initially voiced in English? I don't know. I want to say the Sega CD one is the only one with English voice, and it came years later, right? Let's do a quick search on that. Is the Sega CD version of Snatcher the only one with English voiceover? Your own theory already has a loophole, yeah. Yes, the Sega CD, the Mega CD, version of Snatcher is the only official release of the game with English voiceover and English text. The PlayStation and Saturn versions from 1996 use the Japanese audio from the PC engine and do not include the English voice acting found in the Sega CD. So it's Japanese with English subtitles. There's been some fan versions made, but this is the only official release. Probably just redid a part after reviewing the audio. Yeah, entirely. Okay. Sorry, it takes a couple of clicks and conjiggers when I go to search something and gotta get back into playing the game. This is the last turbo cycle. Well, let's give it a look. This spare turbo cycle has not been painted, but that does not affect its locomotive functions. The parking lot has become rather lonely. It appears quite safe. It has not been tampered with. Yeah, important to know after the last one blew up, right? Yep, sabotage brakes, yep. I do not read any motion. You and I are the only ones here. Alright, well, let's go. Alright, now boarding the turbo cycle. We've boarded the turbo cycle. Where would you like to go? Of course, I know the answer to that question. Yeah, right, total banger. We're off to church! Gotta go wish Jesus a very merry birthday.
I've input the map data on the Kremlin's locations. Lift off. Flight configuration, now gaining altitude.
Jamie, please be safe.
Gillian, please keep in mind that we're working with a strict time limit.
A 50-year debt in 3 hours.
Kick ass and belt out choir songs. And I'm all out of songs.
Snow!
Snow 9, to be specific. We've entered the Snow 9 region. Please put on your breathing filter. Direct inhalation is dangerous.
All right.
Radio transmissions will also be impossible from this point on. Understood? Now descending. Conversion to hover configuration complete. Gillian, we've arrived.
All right. We've arrived at the church. Wow. Now I know why they call it their Kremlin. Look at the building. It's a very old church. It bears quite a resemblance to St. Basil's Cathedral. No doubt they thought the same thing. The building may be patterned after a traditional Russian church. It's quite old. Same thing. It appears to be snow, but it's actually Snow 9. Try to avoid inhaling any of it directly. It's pollen, and therefore much finer than snow. Oh, wrong thing. It's surrounded by a large grove of tall cedar trees. This is likely to keep just about anybody away. Given the season, a few Christmas lights would really liven up the scene. Thanks, Metal. Keeping things festive for us. The surroundings conceal the church from all but aerial surveillance. You enjoy that, Lurk Marzipan. The sensor scan reveals that a tube liner tunnel passes directly underneath this area. Well, that's no surprise. Looks like we've got the right place. I'm not reading anything at all. Yep, that's right. The only sound is that of the wind. Literal war machine in the corner. Yeah, he fires off like tiny miniature nukes. Like itty bitty little missiles. It's perfectly quiet. Right, no transmission possible. Snow 9 causing the trouble? Snow 9 levels are very high here. Mr. Butlertron. It's not quite a Mr. Butlertron, It's just me talking in a more robotic tone. The Mr. Butlertron would be more like this. He has a distinct way of talking, where he always drags out the end. So there's no way to call in any reinforcements, eh? I'm afraid that's about the size of it. But what about the video phone call from Jamie? No doubt the call used a very high-powered transmitter of some kind. Oh, well, thanks, Marzipan. The surroundings conceal the church from all but aerial surveillance. Yeah, we already saw that. Much finer than snow. Surrounded from aerial surveillance. The building is about 50 years old. It appears very well maintained. So where's the entrance? On the front side of the building. Well, let's go inside.
All right, now opening the door.
What's wrong? Won't open?
I've scanned it, and it's not locked. It is probably rusted into place.
Not surprising. After all, our friends always go in and out through the basement.
Let's push it together.
All right.
Yes, Metal, you
1,
help.
2, 3.
That got it.
I like how we let Metal think that he helps. What's this? It would appear to be some kind of chapel for the Snatchers. Are you telling me those things pray? To whom? No doubt to their creator. That portrait on the wall is probably a representation of him. Wow, that face is all kinds of messed up. You know what that face actually... Oh, okay, I see it now. It took... It's one of those things where, like, you have to look at a picture twice before you really see it. Because at first, I thought he had no nose. At first, I thought he had no nose and just, like, big lips. Like a really big lower lip and a smaller upper lip. I see it better now that I, like, sort of blinked and readjusted and looked at it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see it better. Yeah. This person is no doubt the one the Snatchers worship as their creator. This guy? This guy? Isn't that random? One moment, I'll compare the picture with my data on random. If you don't look closely at the Magic the Gathering card, sometimes it's incredibly misconstrued, yeah. While the facial bone structure of the individual in the portrait is nearly identical to that of random, a positive identification is impossible, as the picture is not a photograph. That just looks too much like him to be a coincidence, though. Now that you mention it, the person in the portrait does look like random Hajil. Same thing. These are the chairs for chapel worshiper. These are the chairs for worshippers in the chapel, no doubt. invented the OMG? That's what I'm curious about. There is no covering of dust. They appear to be used regularly. That's interesting, actually. Same thing. Everything is nice and orderly. It's as if the pre-collapse Soviet Union has been recreated here. Supposedly, like, random. Yeah, I don't see it. I really don't see it either, but I assume that was a, you know, limitation of the art, limitation of the form to not get it across properly. I'll believe. Let me put it this way instead. I'll believe the text that says it before I'll believe the picture that shows it. The decorations do not appear to be those of a church. Same thing. Just us and the wind. That's all I can hear. Anime syndrome at work. I was talking to a friend about that earlier today, actually. About how, because we finished watching Lazarus, because, you know, the Saturday morning cartoon crew, right? We finished watching that today. And I was talking about various art styles, because there's a part in there where one of the characters, you're getting a flashback of their memory, and they change the art style to it, so everyone looks like paper cutouts. And I was commenting on how that's really great, because the character, like, grew up in a military program. So using paper cutouts specifically was a really great idea, because everything has a straightness to it. There's no curved cutout. They are all very, like, origami fold style cuts. And that very much represents the rigidity of how he remembers those people. Because they were military people who trained him, and thus were very rigid in how they did it. So representing them with straight lines everywhere was an excellent artistic choice. But that got us talking about how, like, anime, and this is it for me too, right? Why I don't really watch a lot of, one of the reasons I don't watch a lot of anime is because I find the art style is very samey. Like, it feels like you only ever really, if you want to see how anime has evolved, you really only have to watch every 10 years or so. Because a lot of anime, not to say that other animes don't push the boundaries or do something different, but a lot of the time with anime, it's very samey, very cheap. And I get it, it's because the anime artists are, you know, overworked, underpaid, hard to put as much love and effort as they want into it, but doesn't change what it is, right? 80s and 90s anime is a vibe. It is a total vibe that can't be replicated, or at least you can't accidentally do it, right? You have to very intentionally be trying to do it again. I miss it. I love that old anime. That's my favorite style of anime, actually, is, I mean, no duh. The old retro anime is my favorite. So, they've already left for the summit? Investigate the portrait. Something is written on the painting. The creator, Modnar. Modnar? Almost as if that's random, spelt backwards? You can't fool me, game. Little does game know that whenever I see something odd, I always read it backwards, by instinct. I always do that. I always read words backwards if I think they're a weird word. I think that's part of why Detective Conan is your favorite anime. Good to know. because of how that style works so well with the genre choice, yeah. So this is Professor Modnar. The one the Snatcher was talking about, eh? It appears to be a portrait of that person. Check it again. Based on the condition of the paints and canvas, I would say that this portrait was painted over 50 years ago. Conan is inspired from Columbo, which I should definitely watch sometime. I mean, maybe I'll have to add a new redeem. That's like redeem me watching something. Which, by the by, oddly enough, when we did the first watching of Princess Bride, the VOD for it, the VOD has a section that's muted, but it didn't mute the whole thing. It didn't like give me any strikes on my account or anything. It just like muted a small section, and the small section was when they do the sword fight. Oh, forgive me, I can't remember their names. The main character and Ignacio. When it's the and Wesley, yeah, that's right. It's the two of them doing their sword fight. That was the part that got muted. The rest of it didn't get muted. No strikes on my account. It's very weird that way. Got away about as clean as could be. Yeah, that's right. Maybe that'll be something I add in the next subathon, because that will add a bounty redeem for watching stuff. Okay, but back to this. Yeah, painted 50 years ago. There are a number of scratches on the surface. They were almost certainly caused by the Snatchers. The magic 50, right? 50 is the magic number in this game. A very heavy object appears to have been placed here. It is structurally damaged. Same thing. It's all very organized, almost inhumanly so. There is another room farther back. There is no litter or garbage anywhere. It's almost too clean. Same thing. I'm not showing anything out of the ordinary. Still perfectly quiet, okay. Yeah, okay, let's continue into the back. One upside of robots, they don't litter. That's right. You know, that's a thought I had, a weird thought I had the other day of like aliens and other species and how people, humans, would, compare to them. And it made me think this weird thought of like humans are the only creatures in the galaxy who have imagination. All other aliens and creatures throughout the galaxy take things literally, and thus the other alien races want to. This is a wild and elaborate thought too, by the way, because that's how my brain works. So because humans have imagination, they can see things the other alien species can't, and thus they always want to hire on a human to work on something. But the thought of it was like, it's weird. Like, imagine an executive boardroom meetings type deal, but with all these alien races, and they're going over how they can improve the thing. I don't remember what the thing was. Oh, this was a dream. Never mind. I mean, still valid. It was a dream. Can't remember what the thing was. But it's like, we could hire these guys to do it, or we could hire humans. They have imagination. And it started talking about all these crazy things that humans come up with. Like that colors mean things, and mean things other than the actual color. They invent music and all this stuff. But then it started talking about, like, the negative sides to humans. And, like, them being so wasteful and resource-heavy being one of them. Humans have to eat 3 times a day. They poop, they pee, they throw up. You know, they're, like, very, very high maintenance to involve with the other aliens. It was wildly elaborate for a dream. So much so that I forgot it was even a dream. I thought this was just a random thought I had. Yeah, my mind goes places. It's weird. I'm weird. Stay weird. Now, moving into the back room. Yeah, we're gonna get a shooty blasty part here, I bet. Oh, totally. Snatchers! Look at them all. I'm not picking up any energy readings. They are all deactivated in some kind of suspension mode. So this is their warehouse, eh? There must be a few hundred of them here. They continue all the way back. Still, this doesn't look like a factory to me. No, wait. Motion detector first. Nothing out of the ordinary. Let's do it one more time, just to be sure. Okay. The music and the bass in the music, the thumping about that it does, keeps making me think that something is sneaking up on me. Which makes it very clever music design, right? Very clever audio design. Because it sounds very similar to, like, heavy footprints sneaking around. And you guys might not be able to hear it. I can because I have headphones on. But it actually does pan from one side to the other. From left to right, or right to left. It's so great, it has to be intentional. Like right now, it's going from left to right to middle with a do-do-do-do-do-do. These are endostructures, which have yet to have the artificial skin installed. The bone sizing devices and skull slits are all still set to the smallest sizes. So their victims haven't been chosen yet. They're all just waiting their turn. They almost look as if they could... Oh, sorry. Character mix-up. They almost look as if they could spring to life at any moment. If this many Snatchers were to all start moving at the same time, there is little we could do. Yeah, thanks for that, Metal. There seem to be a number of containers stacked up in the back of the room. There is nothing of interest besides the containers. Something's written on the floor. It appears to be Russian characters from about 50 years ago. I wonder what the size of these containers. The volume of these containers would be just perfect for shipping one of these Snatchers. This is no doubt how they got here. These endostructures were all shipped here in these containers. is doing a good job. Look at the Snatchers. None of these Snatchers appear damaged. All they need is their energy packs. The gender units have yet to be installed, however. We're just gonna gloss over, that they don't have their robot junk attached yet. We don't need to linger on that thought. They are preserved in excellent condition. It appears that they undergo regular maintenance. I do not see any tools or equipment for maintaining anything in the area. This room would appear to be just a storage area. Unlike the chapel, there are some scrapes and dust on the floor here. There is some kind of label here. 23rd Siberian Investigative Force. Siberian Investigative Force? It would appear that these Snatchers were brought to Neo Kobe from the Siberian Neutral Zone. It seems that the investigative forces have been responsible for shipping the Snatchers. Yeah, in other words, the investigative forces have been snatched. Just like when they found us. Just like how when I run these ads, you guys all have to watch. Enjoy the ads.
Massive research has begun at a base somewhere in the Midwest. However, in their pursuit of immediate results, they have failed to take the necessary precautions. And once again, an accident has occurred. This time, the entire research base, military institution, and a small town close by have disappeared. In their place, there now lies a jungle from another time.
May 10th, 2010. I'm about to step through a gate into another time. Or maybe it's another world. I'm being sent in with other members of TRAT. Our mission? To rescue 1,300 survivors and collect data on the Third Energy Project.
Hey Sarge, where do you want this? Did you organize a transmission on this GPS? There's something wrong. Hey. Huh?
lucky to live in a mansion like this. Right, Jennifer? Where did everyone go? Is anyone here?
Hey. Let's get that switched over. Let's go. In other words, the investigative forces have been snatched, just like when they found us. I see. So the Siberian investigative forces bring the Snatchers out of Siberia and into storage here. I think you're right, Metal. And then the Snatchers just wait here in storage to be reactivated and adjusted after their victims are selected. A rather efficient system. I wonder where the actual snatching takes place. The back part of this room may hold the answer to that question. These containers were definitely brought out of Siberia. I can detect traces of contaminants unique to the region on the containers. Still not reading anything. Okay, let's continue back. Are you ready, Gillian? Now heading for the room further back. Oh my. The Snatcher's culturing room. The mechanism is operating. I can hear a bomb. It's very beep, beep, beep. Gillian, there are Snatchers with their artificial skin already installed here. These units are nearly ready to perform a complete snatch. Same thing.
This is where they fuse the artificial skin onto the Snatcher's endostructure. First, they adjust the size of the still skinless Snatcher to the size of the individual who is to be snatched. The Snatcher's overall shape and size can be adjusted by expansion or contraction of sizing rods. Their sex is controlled by gender units, which are installed at this point. Then, the face is modified to match the intended victim by adjusting the size of the upper and lower jaw, cheekbones, temporal bones, and tooth alignment.
Just like Gibson said, that means there are limits to the size of the people that they can snatch.
That's right. The limits of the mechanism mean that they can't snatch children, the elderly, or people who are very tall or heavy. And this is where the artificial muscles attach.
Is it organic?
Nasty.
No. It appears to be coated with a type of plastic gel capable of mechanical response. Like human muscles, it creates mechanical energy through chemical reactions. And this is where the artificial skin is attached. In order to prevent the synthetic cells, developed using biotechnological protein design techniques, from rejecting the inorganic material below, they attach it gradually over a number of days.
And this is the stuff that gets cancer if they stay out in the sun too long.
Finally, they attach body and scalp hair. The process involves transplant of synthetic hair follicles as well, so the hair will grow back if it's lost.
What about scars or birthmarks?
It would appear that they make those adjustments at this point in the process, as they would for wrinkles to simulate age.
Wow. That was fun, though, hearing them actually talk through the whole thing. These units are nearly ready to perform a complete snatch. A computer terminal is installed on each preservation cylinder. These terminals must be all connected to a host computer, which monitors conditions inside each of the cylinders. The monitors are all displaying various data and charts. These cylinders are used to culture the Snatcher's artificial skin. Endostructures are submerged within them. They are constructed with a special reinforced glass. It would require quite a bit of effort to break. They say that so that it'll be more spectacular when they break them open from the inside. Yeah. It appears that weak ultraviolet rays are being projected from above. This is really advanced, way beyond anything we saw at Queen's Hospital. Same thing. The whole area is protected as a clean room. There is a door at the far end of the room. This is very sophisticated equipment. I'm surprised at the advanced level of the facility they have constructed. I wonder where they're getting their funding from. They are probably supplying their financial backers with Snatchers as well. Same thing. It's locked, but I should be able to open it from this side. It's set so that it cannot be opened from the inside. Same thing. The power is on. Look at this, Gillian. The data of people to be snatched is all being neatly processed.
So this is where the whole thing begins. The endostructures arrive here from the Kremlin. Then they convert them into copies of their victims. And finally, they head out into the city using the old subway system.
With artificial skin maintenance being handled at Queen's Hospital.
But who's behind all this?
Gillian, look at this. There are some finished Snatchers over here.
Oh boy.
Get a load of this. The U.S. President, the Prime Ministers of Japan, and the U.K.
Yep, that
Gillian,
lines up
you're
with the
in here
plan.
Figures. They were looking to snatch every VIP at the summit.
And the last junker, you. It definitely looks like they plan on moving out beyond Neo-Kobe.
If they were to snatch every major world leader, they'd practically be able to control the planet. Still, that's odd. With their flawed skin, pulling something off like that would really be difficult.
Chin said they had found the key to developing a perfect artificial skin. Maybe they've already produced it.
No idea. But the number of Snatchers here makes it clear that they're up to something new.
Gillian, this is definitely their nest. We should destroy everything.
Not yet. Not until we found Jamie. Metal, how much time do we have left?
The summit should have begun by now. We don't have much time. And once our legal privileges are suspended, I won't be able to help. In fact, I'll be forced to restrain you.
I know. If the military wants to avoid nukes and goes for a surgical strike on this facility, what would they likely use?
Probably a phased particle beam from one of the attack satellites.
A phased particle beam, huh? That'll
Nuke
wipe
from
this
orbit.
complex right off the map.
Everything, including the soil, will simply evaporate. The attack will leave just a large crater.
Metal, can you convince them to give me another hour? Even 30 minutes will help.
Understood. I'll try my best.
And I'll try to find and rescue Jamie in that time.
I can't transmit here due to interference from the Snow 9. I'll have to leave the area and then send the message.
All right. Do it, Metal.
Gillian, don't forget. 30 minutes. You must get out before then.
I understand.
Gillian, I'm sorry I couldn't help you better.
Don't worry about it. I'll be able to move faster by myself anyway. 30 minutes should be plenty. Go, Metal.
Yes, sir. Don't forget, 30 minutes.
I wonder if I'm actually, like, timed live. Or timed at all. Or do they, like, add
30
in 5 minutes every time I look at
Oh,
something?
this is gonna be tight. That room's the only place left to check. Let's take a look.
I think it's Marzipan. I think it's a pretty common plot device of, you know, replacing all the world's leaders with something that someone can control. We have yet to figure that out, though. Who is the person that is pulling all these puppet strings? I think that's something we're gonna figure out right away here. Oh, these guys are fast. And they, like, curve where they're going. Oh, no! No! It's all snowballing! Oh, no! Wow, that was wild. And when you do those scenes, it's definitely a case where if you miss one, it all snowballs to get harder. Oh, boy. I think the game is, yeah, Mortis indeed. I think the game's pretty good, though, about not making us... No, the Snow 9 is, the pun is unintended, but that's pretty good. Good catch. I think the game is pretty good about not making us have to redo a bunch of it in these parts, so we should be good. Yeah. No! It was going so good for a while, too! Oh, my God. That's tough. And like I said before, the shooting's really hard. I don't know if it's because I'm using an emulator or what, but like it works like a joystick in that when I'm not pressing anything, it defaults to the neutral middle. But I mean, I have to use a D-pad. So like I'm having to constantly hold it down, right? My thumb was starting to get sore there. No! This one's starting out bad! It's bad, guys! It's bad! No, I don't think we're gonna make it, guys! Nope. Tougher than a $2 steak from the clearance section of Timmy's. I mean, there's multiple ways I could pick that apart, Marzipan. First of all, Timmy's, good job on knowing that, you know, yeah, that Tim Hortons is a thing. We don't really call it Timmy's much. You might say that, but it's usually Tim's. It just gets abbreviated to Tim's. Second, there is no clearance section. It's like, imagine Dunkin' Donuts. Imagine a Dunkin' Donuts, but Canadian, and that's what a Tim Hortons is. Third, they don't really sell steak. It's, you know, like I said, like you'd expect at a Dunkin' Donuts. I think the most, like, food, like, quote-unquote real food type thing you would find there, they have breakfast sandwiches. They try to do flatbread pizzas, but they're all awful. Not much for real food. It's mostly just like donuts and coffee. You know, they try to do quote-unquote real food, but yeah, I know what you're going for. You made the joke. It's like you asked for this educational moment. If you make a Canadian joke and you get it wrong, you're asking to get corrected. Yeah. Let's see. $2 steak from the clearance section of Timmy's. Yeah. I mean, I've heard worse Canadian jokes. What a show that's really great for Canadian jokes actually is Forget About It, it's called. I can't remember if it was exclusive to Teletoon or not, but it's basically the plot of the show is an Italian mob boss in New York kills an Italian capo, I guess I want to say. He accidentally kills his mafia boss. Yeah, that's what I thought at first, Vagrant. He accidentally kills his boss, the mob boss, gets into witness protection after ratting out everyone else in the organization, but they send him, his witness protection is him getting sent to Saskatchewan. And, you know, it's an animated series where the jokes are, you know, Italian mob boss trying to live in Canada. Thus, there are many, many Canadian jokes in it. An Italian mob underboss. Yeah, there you go. Ratted organization out. It's got a really catchy opening theme. The opening theme is it's an earworm. I'm not even gonna say it's really great. It's good, not great, but it stays stuck in your head because it's catchy. Okay, let's try this again. It's a catch, yeah. Okay, we can do this. No! It's snowballing! Nah, damn it! Tougher than mom's overcooked steaks, yeah. Kim's Convenience. Kim's Convenience is a good one for Canadian jokes, too. I've seen it, yeah. Live action sitcom, Korean guy named Kim who runs a convenience store. It actually started out as a highly successful stage performance. It was basically a stage play. And then, you know, they basically pitched to try to make it a TV show, and it ran. Okay. To quote Lloyd, too slow, yeah. It's the literal curveball of the machines, too. Because they look like they're going to go one place and then go another. No! Damn it, no! No! Oh, man! I must be so close, too! God damn it! It's nuts. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. So close, yet so far, right? No! Bad start! Bad start! No! No! Damn it! No! Oh my god. Ah. WASD would be, yeah. Well, it's pretty much the same with the D-pad, right? I wonder, can I adjust the settings? Can I adjust the settings to make it use the pad or the stick instead? Okay, let's see if this helps. I readjusted it so it's the stick now. Let's see if that helps. No, it does not. It does not help using the stick. It makes it kind of worse, actually. It makes it kind of worse. Okay. Okay, let's try that again. That was a case of it not inputting. It does do it sometimes where I hit the shoot button and it does not shoot. Oh my god, there was suddenly 4 of them on the screen. No, we're boned. Suddenly 4 of them in the screen at once. Holy cow. Okay, we can do this. Fastest draw on Twitch, right? Any of those moments where you see that there's like a delay in my shot, that's it, like right there. That's it not doing it as I told it to. Oh my god. Because there's kind of a rhythm to it, right? Pew, 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 pew. So anytime that you hear where it's like pew, 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 with a delay. Snatcher of the Dead. I was thinking that. Because in the options here, looking through the configuration, it shows like, do I want to add a 4-way play? Do I want to add an inverted mouse? Do I want to add a light gun cursor? What happens if I hit light gun cursor? While in game, use F12 to toggle mouse capture. So let's see. No. No. Oh! Oh, we got some... Oh, what's going on? Everything is awful! This is what I get for trying to mess around with the controls, right? Well, I'm wondering... As we go port 1, port 2 is mouse, port 2 mouse, define. Oh, no, wait. Cancel that. I'm thinking I might be able to do it. It just might take a little jiggering right now. Nope, gotta stop doing that. Which, if I could get it to work, that'd be really neat. Let's see. Set configuration. You have to define the mouse. No, we can't. Yeah, I'm alive. I'm trying to see, because they have like light gun controls. I'm trying to see if I can get it to work with the mouse, because that'd be kind of fun. Port 2. see. Port 2 Menacer? Hold on, let's look here. Sega CD Menacer. Yeah, okay, so that's the gun. That's what I wanted to check. So options, set config. We'll set the second port to the Menacer. Set it to the mouse. I don't think that's going to work, though. Light gun cursor. Apply. Options, set config. Menacer on the mouse in port 2. Problem is I don't know how to tell it, like, moving the mouse left is shooting your gun left. What if I set port 1 to the Menacer and had it run on the mouse? Aha! You guys see that, don't ya? I have an itty-bitty crosshair on there. But I also have the mouse stuck on there. I can't not have it go to the center. Okay, so then let's go. Options, set configuration.
Please, Fry, I don't know how to teach. I'm a professor. See you in class.
Okay, what's our lesson going to be here? Oh, that's not quite how it works. That's not quite how it works, Marzipan. It randomly selects one of 100 topics that I've already pre-programmed in. I mean, I like that you're, encouraging, people to bring their own topic to it. But let's see here. Replayability design, systems that encourage multiple runs. Well, again, I feel like we've had this one before. Playability design. The most obvious one that comes to mind is talking about having a branching narrative, because we do a lot of stuff with branching narrative around here. We just finished playing Dispatch, right? Huge branching narrative. We immediately after finishing our first playthrough started a second playthrough just to see the opposites of what we did, right? But if we want to talk about, shout out to Super Beef, right? If we want to talk about mechanics, though, roguelikes are the thing, right? That's the most prominent use of this. But what makes that fun? Let's elaborate on that then. Because we all know that roguelikes encourage multiple playthroughs, right? There is no roguelike game out there where you're supposed to just play it once, die, and then be done with it, or beat it your first go. But what's really fun about it, and I'm going to take this to a personal example, talking about I have recently really started to in-depth play Balatro, which I know will catch Vagrant's attention because I told him about it a long time ago. And I finally only recently started to really get into it. Hollow Knight, I don't know if Hollow Knight is a roguelike. I haven't played a lot of Hollow Knight. I think that's more of a Metroidvania than a roguelike. Roguelikes are when you have mechanics, buffs, perks, benefits that change each time you play. That change each time you play. Usually there's a randomization factor in there. And what the intention is that no two runs would ever be exactly the same. Every time you play, there would be something that's different, usually a lot of things that are different. But, you know, talking about systems that encourage multiple runs, the main stuff in roguelikes, you know, different loadouts, things like that, encourage multiple runs so that even when you beat the game, you just beat the game with that loadout, with that setting. So then you are encouraged, do it again. Do it again now, but with something different. Or try to do it again, period. Because anyone who's played a roguelike will know sometimes you just get the right gear. You get the right stuff, and that makes the game really easy to go through, right? You get the right stuff, makes it easy. Try to do it again, this time without all the easy stuff. But that stuff, when we're talking about roguelikes, is really obvious, right? That is like the anchor of it. But let's talk about something that is a little less obvious, but also plays an extremely key role in a lot, not all roguelikes, but in a lot of them. And that is, and this ties to me playing Balatro, like really getting into it. It's the fact that when you play a lot of roguelikes, they intentionally are extremely vague on all the mechanics of the game. Now, why do you guys think they do that? Why in God's green earth would they create a complex system with a gajillion different things and outcomes and moves and weapons and not tell you about them? Why do they do that? What if we're talking about the entertainment that comes from playing a roguelike? You know, systems that encourage multiple runs. What about not telling the player about everything available to them actually makes it more fun? You guys, this might be an obvious answer to some. You know, if you play a lot of roguelikes, then the answer might be obvious. You know, talking about systems that encourage multiple runs, well, there are also systems in there that you know, once you find out about a certain system in a game, it changes everything. But the reason why they don't tell you about some of this stuff, they don't fully tell you how all the mechanics work, they don't tell you what everything means, they give only the most bare bones description of what to do, is because it's the joy of discovery. It's the joy of discovery and how every little tidbit of information you get changes the game. Going in blind is fun. That is fun, right? It's the discovery. We love to discover shit. We love to figure things out. I think to playing Balatro, and you know, when I found out that the jokers that you get in Balatro, which the jokers are basically what modifies your game. There's lots of things that modify your game, but it's the main thing. If you have this joker, it creates this new rule that hopefully benefits you somehow. A big one for me was finding out that the order that you place your jokers matters, because that basically helps to figure out how the game calculates your score. And in the same regard, you can also manually swap your cards around in your hand. For those who aren't familiar, Balatro is a game about trying to make hands of poker. So, you know, your full house, your royal flushes, your two pair, your straights, your flushes. It's a game entirely about making hands of poker and just gamifying it to the nth degree. But, you know, the game automatically sorts your cards from highest to lowest and by suit at the same time. But figuring out that you can actually shift the cards in your hand around to change the effects of other things, that you can change the positions of your jokers, that matters. But when I found that out, it changed everything. And then it started having me look at cards that I was using before in an entirely different way. I figured it out when you get a card that basically says duplicate one card into another, and then the left card becomes the right card. Select two cards, the left card becomes the right card. And that helped to open my eyes to, hey, wait, it says here that I can shuffle around my hand. What other things can I change around and shuffle? Right? You're talking about encouraging multiple runs with systems. Just incorporating the fact that you can learn something that makes you see the game entirely different can then make you take things that you've already been using and use them in an entirely different way. Yeah, duplicating cards is sick. I love doing that. Also, I think my favorite Joker in that game so far, I'm nowhere near, completing it. But my favorite one so far, I think it's called Blueprint. It is a Joker, and all it does is just duplicate the Joker that's to the right of it. But, getting multiple of the same Joker can be really huge. Getting the same effect happening twice over. Combining that with, I can't remember what the card is called, but it's the one where the Joker that makes the first card in your hand, the first card in your hand that score twice. Like it scores it and then scores it again. And then you do that on a card that already has an ability that makes it score twice. So you're basically making that first card score 8 times. It's fantastic. Deck of 20 aces. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun doing that. But, talk about numbers go brrr. Yeah. Oh, that's not just 8 times score. That's 8 times the first card. And, you could have cards of up to 5 to make a hand of poker. So that's just the first card getting scored multiple times. Systems that encourage multiple runs. Let's talk about something less obvious. I used roguelikes as the obvious example, but even if you talk about a standard RPG, let's talk about more like RPGs that have multiple classes. Having classes that vary in their delivery and what they focus on helps to create multiple playthroughs, multiple runs. Not only mechanically, but also narratively. Diablo is a classic example. That's great. Narrative heavy games that have choices have real consequences. Yes. Narrative driven games that have branching narrative. They are Telltale games. Exactly. Yeah. They are indicative of this, right? They very much, I remember when I was just finished rewatching Detroit Become Human. Yep. That's another great example. Especially in how you choose if you're going to try to do a more pacifist or aggressive approach when you are, I can't remember his name, but when you're the robot, right? The robot that's starting the rebellion. But I remember when I first started playing The Walking Dead, I would actually have 2 save files because the games were released sometimes like a month apart from each episode, right? We got kind of spoiled in that every week we had 2 new episodes come out for Dispatch. But when it was like The Walking Dead, sometimes you had to wait a month for the next episode, and that's hard, especially when you really love the game. So there was one point when I was going through The Walking Dead that I actually had 2 save files. That was very much save file 1 is me going in blind. Save file 2 is me going in a second time knowing what's going to happen, right? Now that I've played through the episode, I can basically kind of cheat and get the ultimate outcome kind of deal, right? Similar things with the, I think when you say that, you mean The Wolf Among Us? With the Wolf Among Us series, which was based off of Fables, and that's spectacular too. I really hope that we do actually get a season 2 of Wolf Among Us. It's the big what if question. because nobody really knows what's going on at that studio right now. They keep saying Wolf Among Us isn't canceled, but all signs point to the fact that it's canceled. So here's hoping it's not. We can only hope for the best on that. But yeah, I think I've covered lots of different parts about replayability. Oh, one last thing, because I did get sort of deterred when I was talking about it. Talking about having multiple classes in a game, mechanically, it makes for different approaches to the combat. But also, you have to remember, narratively, having different classes can also mean something too, right? You can, of course, choose. Oh, I'm doing a second playthrough, and I'm just going to make the same choices that I did last time because I liked them. But you also have to start thinking about the archetypes and the what's the other word? The avatar of what you're playing. So if you are playing a sneaky, stabby rogue, chances are, if you're playing a wizard, mechanically, it's not going to make a lot of sense if you do the exact same things, right? There is sort of a legacy to these types of characters, things that are expected of them, and it seems just kind of weird if you go against them. You absolutely can, and that can create some really great stories. But even just narratively, and it's all self-imposed too, right? Because I think about games where you get multiple choices. You could very well just do the same choices every time, but you kind of look at it and it's you doing it to yourself, which is great because that means that you are embodying the character, right? So you gotta, well, you don't gotta, but you get the most enjoyment out of it if you get into the character when you do it. And that can help encourage a multiple playthrough of a game. And it's sort of a there we go. That's what I was trying to think of. I have an entire section of my curriculum where I talk about self-imposed narrative, where it's a lot of, now when I talk about it in my curriculum, I talk about it in sort of a retrospect of what you just did. So the self-imposed narrative would be the stories that come out of what you did. So, for example, remember that time when I got ambushed by 3 people, but I killed all of them with 3 headshots back to back? That was awesome. And that itself creates its own narrative, but you made that narrative, not just mechanically by doing the action in the game, but by that action leaving a memory inside you that you then carry with you when you go somewhere, right? That memory of that moment in the game becomes its own narrative that you created yourself. And you do that. Yeah, that is entirely you. The game facilitated it, but the fact that you remembered it and it becomes, a core memory inside you, that creates its own narrative too. That becomes part of the game, even though the game didn't really create it. You did. Okay, I think that adequately covers talking about systems that encourage multiple runs, replayability design. If you guys have any particulars that you want to talk about with it, feel free to mention them now. Meanwhile, let's try this again. Okay, we can do this. All right. Oh no, it's still on there. Is that gonna mess it up? No, okay. Oh my god, that delay is happening everywhere here. We're not doing this. Okay. We got to get rid of that. That is highly distracting to me. think so. All right. Take a drink, try that again. Okay. We can do this. Oh my god, the delay got me all 3 times there. Jeez. Because I moved the cursor over and hit the button. I assume that's gonna go. So then I moved the cursor to try to shoot the other one. Right? Have a minigun to just plow them all down with. Okay. Yeah, so when that delay happens, it really messes up the rhythm. Oh, crap. Oh, no! Ah! It all snowballs. You basically got to do a perfect run. Okay, we can do this. Hope to see you soon. Again with the delay. That was a delay too. No, those 2 delays really screwed me over. I don't know what's doing it either. It doesn't make any sense. Okay. Oh, crap. I forgot to draw the gun. There was a delay there. There was a delay there too. Yeah, now it's all gonna snowball. There was a 3rd delay. What is with these delays? Oh my god. Oh my god. No, the delay isn't... I don't think it's from tweaking. It's always been a problem. The delay has always been a problem. It's just more prevalent now than ever. It's like when I'm going through the motions to shoot, I move the cursor to where I need to be, hit the button, and then after I hit the button, I move the cursor to go where it needs to go next, and then go to hit the button again, right? Because the thought is supposed to be aim, shoot, aim, shoot. But it's like, the aiming is working. The shoot doesn't shoot, and I'm already on the next target, and the window is so tight for when you have to kill these things that if you don't kill it in that rhythm, you have a fraction of a second to go back and hit them again. But then, because the time frame to shoot them is so tight, going back to shoot the first one a second time means that now you're late trying to shoot the second guy, which means you're late trying to shoot the third guy, and you're late trying to shoot the fourth guy, and then you're dead. Like, it's a very tight window that you have to shoot them. And any delay is death. Because then that makes all the other shots take longer. But in that last run, there was a couple that were me too. That were my mistakes. There was a delay there. That was me missing. Delay there. Yeah. I missed on that one. Yeah. And you also, they shoot in the order that they come out. They shoot in the order that they appear, right? It's basically they appear, there's maybe 2 seconds before they shoot. So not only do I have to track where I'm shooting, but I also have to remember the order that they all appeared in. Because I might shoot one, but if I don't shoot it in the order after the last one I shot, then the one that I missed and didn't shoot gets it shot in, and then I lose track of everything, usually get shot a couple more times. The good news is they shoot and then leave, right? It's a lot of stuff. I'm not even angry at it, because it's the only thing I would change on this is, you know, tighten the controls so they work properly, obviously. But maybe I'd make the window a little bit bigger, right? Because you gotta be perfect with your shots or you're done. But all in all, it's a good system. I do like it. I just gotta get good. There was a delay there. Delay there. That one was me. Yeah, and now I'm late on all of them. That was me. Yeah. Now I can't. Oh. That was a delay. Yeah, that last delay got me. Oh, okay, we can do this. too many! Oh my god, I had it! I've got to be so close to doing it! Oh my god, I have to run ads. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I think we're far enough into the game that we can watch the trailer I have for the game and have it not spoil anything. It's a good trailer too, so let's just watch it, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
With the start of this year's Kyoto Summit just 3 hours away, the delegates from the participating countries are beginning to arrive at the conference center.
I'm Gillian Seed. I've been transferred here from the 17th Special Forces Division.
Oh, that's right. The chief told me to bring you down as soon as you showed up.
Thanks for coming, Seed. I'm Benson Cunningham, the Chief of Junker Operations.
Great to meet you. You're Gillian Seed, right? Metal, introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Pleased to meet you, Gillian. I am Metal Gear Mach 2. I am programmed to be your personal assistant.
You're Mr. C. You're married, aren't you?
Yes, but we're separated now.
Oh, it's you, Gillian. What's going on?
I've become a junker.
A junker? Gillian, but why?
Jamie, you know why. It's the only way we can regain our lost memories. Snatcher is the only word that keeps coming back every time we try to remember our pasts. I have to face them to find out why.
I've heard all about your special training in the military, Seed. I hope you'll put it to good use on your new assignment here. Any sign yet that your memory's coming back?
I'm afraid not. I still can't remember a thing from before the Army picked me up 3 years ago.
I have a video phone call from Jean-Jacques Gibson coming in. Connecting.
Junker HQ, this is Gibson. I've cornered a probable male snatcher. I'm in the abandoned factory in the M District. Request immediate backup.
Now departing for the abandoned factory.
What the?
Something is in there.
We've got an investigation to do.
This is your blaster, the official weapon of a junker. It's got full user feedback circuitry, adjusting itself to your reaction time. In other words, it's just as good as you are.
Well, well, what do we have here?
We seem to have emerged into an odd place.
We've got you now, Snatcher scum.
Your little investigation is over.
Die, junker!
That was close. You're lucky I was here to save your skin.
Humans are such weak creatures.
This conflict has just begun.
You definitely had that coming to you.
Well, I didn't exactly see you close your eyes either.
That is because my optical sensors are not equipped with retractable shutters.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, Metal Gear, just shut up already. Okay, we gotta do this. We can do this. We can do this. We're gonna do it. We're gonna shoot all the little spider bots. All right. Let's go! There was a delay. Yeah. That was me doing it in the wrong order. Yeah, that was bad. Okay. That's okay, though. We got the bad one out of the way, so now we can do real good. We got the bad one out of the way. All that's left is to succeed. That was me missing. That was me missing again. Oh, boy. Oh, this one. Oh, my God. That was awful. That was the worst one yet. Okay, we can do this. I'm curious. I'm not going to do it, but I'm curious if there's a speed adjuster. Not going to do it. We're going to beat this legit. But I'm wondering if there's something to, like, slow down. Frame advance, frame forward. I can pause it and go frame by frame. We're not going to do that, though. We're going to do it legit. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. That was a delay. That was a delay. That was a delay. Now I'm all out of sorts. That was getting it out of the order. Okay, we can do this. We can fucking do this. That was a delay. That was a delay. Again with a delay. Now I'm doing them out of order. Wow, okay. Okay. I had it till that delay came. Oh my god. I was in the fucking zone until that came. Oh my god. I thought I had it that time. I really thought I had it. Another delay. my God, yes! Oh, fuck. Oh, thank God. Oh my God. Oh, that has got to be some of the hardest shooting I've had to do in a game. Holy hell. Whew. Good call. Let's make a save state. You never know. Now watch, I'll hit the wrong button and load up again. Not this time, though. Oh, man, that would be actually the worst accidental load we've ever done. Oh, my God. Oh, we did it, though. Good job. Whew. Okay. Okay, we're good. Let's go.
I wasn't ready for that. They almost got me. All right, let's open the next door.
Oh, God, is it going to be another round? It is, isn't it? Oh, my God, it totally is.
Doesn't look like there's anything here.
Okay, I think I'm okay.
Whoa!
No! This actually isn't nearly as bad. Yeah, the window for shooting him is a lot tighter. That's not nearly as bad, though. The window for needing to shoot him is tighter, but there's not 6 of them on the screen at a time. Yeah, do we restart from here, or do we have to use the state? I am not afraid to use the state. I am using the state.
I wasn't ready for that. They almost got me.
Oh my God, I can't imagine how soul-crushing it would be. Playing this in the original version, having to do it again. Oh man, I am not doing that. Screw that noise.
Doesn't look like there's anything here. Whoa! Jeez, these guys are tough. Of course, I didn't exactly expect them to welcome me with open arms. Okay,
Make it another one.
Let's try this next door.
Oh God, it's gonna be a third one, and I have like 1 health. Oh, thank God it's her. Oh wait, what?
Jamie, are you all right?
Gillian, you came for me.
Are you hurt?
No, they won't lay a finger on me. Not until the new artificial skin is completed anyway.
Artificial?
Yeah, I was gonna say, we cannot rule out the fact that she's a Snatcher. She was captured by them. It is entirely... Oh, I mean, Do you know, Vagrant? Don't tell me what it is, just if it happens. Does something happen? Is it like if we... Does something happen, or does it like... I'm just wondering if it's worth it to... Because I want to see everything, right? I'm wondering if it's worth it to try to kill him again. Oh, wait, I made a state right after. I can just see myself.
Okay, let's try this next door. Jamie! Jamie! Oh no, what have I done?
Yeah, okay. But yeah, imagine being trigger happy and you just do that by accident after clearing it 2 times.
Okay, let's try this next door.
Because they really lead you into thinking.
Jamie, are you all right?
Gillian, you came for me.
Are you hurt?
No, they won't lay a finger on me. Not until the new artificial skin is completed anyway.
Artificial skin research? You?
Gillian, I've got my memory back. All of it.
What happened? Tell me, Jamie.
They said they'd kill him. They said they'd kill Harry. They forced me. I had to help them with the skin development. They said I had to help them because the professor was ill. Wasn't getting any better. Gillian, the engineer Harry, he's our son. He's been living on his own now for 50 years.
Jamie, I'm afraid that Harry's...
There was nothing I could do. They forced me. But I can't do it anymore.
Jamie!
The professor, he just died. He was over 100.
The professor? What? This old man?
That is an old man.
Don't you remember? It's Professor Modner. Professor Petrovich Modner.
What? This old man is Modner?
He's been confined here for 3 years now, just to develop the Snatcher's artificial skin. Terrible. Doing that to your own father.
Whose father? Jamie, I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
You really can't remember, can you?
Jamie, tell me. Tell me who I am. What were we doing at the Kremlin?
Are you sure you really want me to, Gillian?
Yes!
It's all so awful, but if you must know, I'll tell you. Try to remain calm, okay?
No.
56 years ago, you and I were involved in a top-secret Soviet project. It was still during the time of the Cold War. The gulf between East and West was as wide as ever. Everybody was worried about nukes. At that point, the world's armies were at their largest ever. Leaders still believed that a strong military meant a strong nation. There were rumors that there would be an agreement to end the production of nuclear weapons. On the other hand, the major powers like the US began to get involved in a space weapons race. But not the Soviets. The conservative despots in the Kremlin had another, completely different idea for gaining military superiority.
Robots!
A horrible plan, something no one else would think of. At that time, the countries of the communist bloc were facing an economic crisis. Popular movements pushing for democracy were springing up all over. Communism itself was facing extinction. Facing pressure from the reformers, the Kremlin began to panic. And that's when that horrible, childish plan was launched.
And that was the Snatcher project. Replace your enemy's leaders with puppets of your own. Then you control their governments, their economies, take over a country from the inside out.
That's right, Gillian. And to develop these robots, they assembled some of the most brilliant scientific minds from around the world. Some of them were even brought in against their will. At the crux of that development effort was a group called the Frankenstein Project Team. You and I were members of that team, Gillian. It was a 4-person team led by the late Professor Modner here. The robotics expert was Professor Modner himself. His son, Elijah Modner, handled genetics and microbiology. For nanobiology and picobiology, myself. And for behavioral science and psychology, you, Gillian.
I knew it!
Early development was carried out at a lab in Novosibirsk, but was later moved to a secret facility under the Kremlin. At the time, the Glasnost and Perestroika movements were gaining momentum, and they rightly feared for the existence of the program if it should become known. But some of the reformers did learn of the project, and they conspired with the US to block it. Gillian, you were a CIA special agent sent by the United States to infiltrate and sabotage the project.
I was CIA?
Yes, and the government knows that. That's why you were assigned to the Junker team.
What? Who am I?
Work on the project continued to go smoothly. But then, on June 6th, 1996, there was that accident. A mysterious explosion at the Chernobyl facility spread a bacterial weapon that was under development there into the atmosphere, destroying the country and the project. Gillian, was it you? Did you set off that explosion?
What? You can't be serious. You think I caused the catastrophe?
Damn.
Somehow, during the confusion, Professor Modner and our son Harry managed to get picked up by American agents. But we couldn't get out in time, you and I and Elijah. In a shelter below the Kremlin, we entered a cryogenic sleep. Our plan was to sleep there until the toxic effects of the bacteria were safely passed.
And then 48 years later, 3 years ago, we were discovered by the 17th Special Investigative Force.
Yes, but when they found us, Elijah's pod was already empty.
Elijah Modner? That guy whose picture was in the church? The one that looks like Random?
That's right, Elijah is alive! Elijah is here and working on the Snatchers.
Why don't you let me finish your little story?
Oh, that's a great voice.
Who's there?
It's been a while, hasn't it, Jamie? Ah, yes. And Gillian. It's me, Jamie.
Elijah? Is that really you?
Random? No, not quite.
So you remember me, do you? I am Elijah Modnar, the only son of Professor Petrovich Modnar. I'm afraid I've grown somewhat old and feeble since we last met, however.
Elijah, why are you doing this? Your father, Professor Modner, he passed away a few minutes ago.
What? My father? My father is dead?
Elijah, what happened to you? The Elijah I knew could never do anything like this.
I've changed, Jamie. These 40 years have changed me.
I can't believe it. What happened to you?
What happened to me? Jamie, do I actually have to explain it to you? Jamie, it's you. Your beauty is the cause of all that has come to pass here.
Really?
57 years ago, I was obsessed. With my research, yes. And with you, Jamie. At the time, I was still young, having just graduated with my genetic engineering degree. My father's connections got me on the team, and there, I met you. You were working as my father's assistant. Your beauty, your smile, I was stricken. I saw something in you that I never felt with women of my own country. You warmed my cold, young heart, Jamie. You opened me up, and I couldn't stop my feelings.
Elijah.
Oh, I was so happy. The political situation was crumbling around us, but every day was a joy. I gained my father's trust, and with you there watching over me, I was able to work as hard as I ever have on the project.
But where does Random come into this? I don't think that's been explained yet. Unless it's like Random is a Snatcher. He was a Snatcher or a clone. I don't know. I don't think they've explained that yet.
However, my happiness did not last for long. Gillian, it was you. You showed up and all was ruined. You arrived and joined our project team. Far from home, Jamie found comfort in a man from the same land. Your relationship grew quickly, and all I could do was stand by and watch. Jamie and Gillian fell in love, were joined, and even had a child.
Harry.
even then my feelings for you only grew stronger. Worried about me, my father tried to have me removed from the project, but I persisted. Jamie, I always wanted to be near you. And then, the democratic movements that had consumed the rest of the Eastern Bloc spread to our country as well. The Cold War was over. The hardliners who had pushed for its development were stripped of power and the project was cancelled. The reformers, trying to cover up the existence of such a crazed project, ordered that all materials related to it be destroyed and that we stand trial for our actions. Jamie and Gillian were to be returned to their homeland. That's about the time that I learned that you, Gillian, that you were a CIA agent, and that you were trying to pass documents on our research to your military. The country had sold us out. I'm no politician. I couldn't care less about what happened to the country. All I cared about was my research and Jamie. And I was to lose all of that, everything. For someone so young, you cannot understand how great of a shock that was.
Elijah.
That is when I decided, I swore I would see that secret, crazed project through to the end. At the time, the bioroids were 80% finished. The main part, their endostructure, was essentially completed. But we still were having trouble with the artificial skin, the area that Jamie and I were assigned to. We called it artificial skin, but there was of course no need to duplicate T lymphocytes, Langerhans cells, or endocrine cells. All we needed was keratinized cells and melanocytes to provide the pigment. With the artificial protein development techniques that we had in those days, full-scale synthetic cell development was very difficult. Research like this took months, years. The original project called for us to simultaneously snatch an entire country. In other words, a whole nation, or an entire city had to be snatched over the course of one night. For that reason, a powerful biological agent, which could quickly and effectively kill the population of the country, was being simultaneously developed.
Oh.
Lucifer Alpha.
That's right. A type RAO11 virus which another team was developing. For someone like myself, who was closely involved in the project, blowing up the lab was quite a simple task.
My God, Elijah, do you know what you're saying? That explosion killed half the world's population.
I moved all the materials and records essential to the Bioroid project into the shelter and executed my plan on June 6th. After sealing off the lab, I brought the two of you with me to the underground shelter, and we entered a cryogenic sleep. But not before I programmed an atmospheric research satellite to transmit a wake signal when the danger from Lucifer Alpha had passed.
And 10 years later, Lucifer Alpha naturally mutated into a non-toxic form.
But the automatic revival system failed to work.
Oh no, it worked. Just as planned, it revived me 10 years later. A little sooner than the two of you, of course.
But even though you sealed the lab with the explosion and everything, you should have been exposed. Why weren't you?
Oh, I was. But by that time, the vaccine L Angels had already been developed.
So everything went just as you planned it then?
Yes, up until that point. But my real struggle was yet to come. My original plan was to revive Jamie as well, and for the two of us to finish the development of the bioroids. You, Gillian, you were to stay asleep forever. But I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Not after looking at Jamie's peaceful face there in the pod. Besides, I could never have convinced her to work with me on the project anyway. I knew the time was not yet right, so I changed the timers of your pods to permanent on.
How could you do such a thing?
I mean, love.
And so for the next 40 years, I worked alone in that cold and lonely room under the Kremlin, trying to complete the artificial skin for the Snatchers. For days and days, no one would visit me. I never saw the sun or felt the changing of the seasons. Still, I always had Jamie by my side. You were always there for me to talk to. Just you and I for 40 years in that dark cellar.
Oh, you poor, poor man.
And then, 3 years ago, my research was finally completed. First, I snatched the Siberian Special Investigative Forces to establish a transport route for the Snatchers. And then, to test the effect of large-scale snatch operations, I chose Neo-Kobe City to be my experimental sample. Neo-Kobe is cut off from the surrounding areas, a sort of miniature country in itself, making it a perfect test site. And since it's a melting pot of various races, it would also allow me to gather extensive data on Snatcher modification and operational techniques. In addition, the element of suspicion or mistrust, which runs deep in Japanese culture, was another reason I chose this site.
But your test revealed a critical flaw in your machine's artificial skin.
Yes, quite unexpected, I'm afraid. All my research for 40 years. I gathered data and worked day and night to find a solution, but nothing seemed to work.
So that's why you decided to bring Professor Modner here, right?
That's correct. I discovered my father in one of the government's hospitals. He was old, but still very sound of mind. Naturally, he would not cooperate with me.
Of course not. He'd never become involved in something like that.
So, unable to receive his assistance, I decided that I had to have yours.
Yeah.
But a mistake on my part allowed both you and Gillian to be taken into custody by the authorities first.
Just what are you trying to accomplish, Elijah? You must know you can never get Jamie back.
I'm only interested in discovering what I can of the human animal. In the past, it was because of Jamie. My motive is different now.
It sounds like you're just suffering from the wild arrogance that corrupts so many scientists.
Humans are such weak creatures. No matter how much they trust one another, the tiniest speck of suspicion can destroy it all. Look at how the Snatcher problem has caused such wild unrest. No matter how much science advances or how high we set our ideals, we eventually begin to suspect each other, to hate each other, and then to kill each other. The Snatchers are nothing more than a tool for bringing out this reaction. I am simply using the Snatchers to elicit the true nature of the human animal. I think this experiment has shown me the limits of human society. I sincerely doubt it will be able to reach any greater level of prosperity on its own. If human society ever hopes to reach greater heights, what is needed is an absolute leader, a firm ruler who isn't affected by these trivial episodes of mistrust.
You're crazy if you think people would ever obey Snatchers.
Of course they wouldn't. But if they don't know, they cannot object. There has been a time in every age that the people have longed for a god to lead them. As long as they give the people no reason to suspect them, then they can easily become their gods, indeed, a new race of super beings. We are almost there. Once we perfect the artificial skin, Snatchers will transcend man to become this planet's true human beings.
But you'll never get your perfect skin now. Professor Modner is dead.
I no longer have any use for my father. I have a sample of the new skin he developed. Once I've analyzed it, I'll be able to make as much as I need. Or if need be, we could simply culture the keratinized cells, epithelial cells, and melanocytes in the quantities that we need.
What are you talking about? How could you get a sample of perfected artificial skin?
Why don't you take a look at this? We found this in the rubble of Queen's Hospital.
Ah, of course!
Random!
He was a Snatcher!
Oh, an acquaintance of yours?
He's a Snatcher?
Reminder, when we first met him, I said I don't like that guy. I don't trust him. I said that when we first saw him.
Term isn't exactly accurate. This bioroid was constructed by my father without my knowledge. He modeled it after me in my youth. He built it right here in this facility.
Didn't betray us, that's
only
right.
That, he programmed it to destroy Snatchers. This bioroid caused me serious difficulties. It's designed and built far better than my Snatchers. The machine itself thought it was human. My father input memories for it all the way back to childhood. Those too were apparently mine. Haven't you yet realized? Random Hajil is Elijah Modner spelled backwards.
Yep.
How like my father, silly old man. He did virtually overnight what I could not do in 40 years of effort. Furthermore, he makes a bioroid so perfect, even the bioroid itself believes itself to be real. What's more, the cells of the skin he developed are self-replicating. Once in place, no further transplants or culturing is necessary.
Is he dead?
Its main and locomotive systems are completely shut down. It's just scrap now. But the artificial skin is being kept alive. This we need. With this, we can move to phase 2 of our plan of full-scale infiltration of the world's major nations.
The summit's already over. You'll never succeed.
What does the summit matter? Nothing holds us back now that we have this perfect skin. We can go anywhere we want, and there will be no way to tell us apart. I will have free control over the world. Nothing will be able to stop me. Politics and free thought will no longer have any meaning. My will alone will decide the course of human history.
You egomaniac. Do you think you can snatch the entire population?
There's a fully automated Snatcher factory under the Kremlin. Even as we speak, scores of new Snatchers are being born.
But no matter how hard you try, you won't be able to snatch the people's heart and soul. What do you hope to gain from this anyway?
Jamie, the human race is composed of fools. But I'm different. I will be its savior. Indeed, not just of mankind, but of all life on the planet.
Everyone is stupid except me. Yeah, classic scenario.
I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Metal!
In 10 minutes, this church will be struck by a phased particle beam. I am guiding the beam from the attack satellite using GPS and 15 navigational satellites. The beam cannot miss. Everything in a 2 to 3 kilometer radius from me will be destroyed.
Stop this foolishness now. I will not have my research destroyed by some souped-up pocket calculator.
Metal, what happened at the summit?
The delegates, worried about the Snatcher menace, voted unanimously to allow the use of nuclear weapons on the city. The military is presently imposing a quarantine on Neo Kobe.
What? Do they intend to kill everybody?
The populace is in a state of panic. However, they have agreed to lift the quarantine if this church is struck by the phased particle beam. This is our last chance. I will handle things here. Gillian, Jamie, you two must flee.
You insignificant mass of metal. You'll never...
One move and I detonate. Gillian, run!
Metal, this is crazy!
Metal Gear's the real hero.
Snatcher, get out of here. And this new artificial skin has to be destroyed as well.
I will not allow some talking scrap pile to get away with this. If you were the aiming point for the beam, then I'll just have you thrown out of here. Grab this little one and take him out of here.
Oh no! Metal Gear, the real MVP. Oh boy, here we go.
Metal!
Cowardly little robot.
You always were a real pain in the butt.
What?
What's that?
Random?
What? How did... You're supposed to be deactivated.
I don't go down that easy, old man.
Stop this foolish...
Shut up! Let's try to make our final moments peaceful, shall we? And you Snatchers, you touch the little guy and the old man's head comes off.
Random!
I've always hated being used. Why don't you watch the final act with me?
Gillian, you only have 5 minutes. The turbo cycle is just outside on standby. Use that to flee.
Let me go. I'm Elijah Modner. I'm your original.
I don't care if I'm an original or a copy or what. You and I are gonna die right here. If we both die, there won't be a copy anymore now, will there?
The stupid logic of a simpleton, of a machine.
Whatever it is, it's my will!
Machines have no will. Machines cannot sacrifice themselves.
We'll see about that.
He's transcended being a machine.
Don't forget to take care of the factory under the Kremlin.
Stop!
Gillian, even if these memories in my head are fiction...
Yeah, I know what you mean. Our memories of our time together are all too real, Random.
Gillian, you become one hell of a junker.
Gillian, it has been most recreational being your partner.
Aww.
If you can, try to pick up the pieces for me, okay?
Honorary human. Yeah, okay.
Little John? Oh. Okay, Metal.
Hurry! You only have 3 minutes.
Thanks. Thanks, you two. Jamie, come on.
Just in case something's about to happen, make a save state. I don't know how the saving works.
No! Don't let her go! No!
You pathetic old fool! You don't even know how to love someone!
You stupid machine! What is that idiotic grin supposed to mean?
By snatching you, I'm finally gonna get my real self back!
Random, there's less than 1 minute to go. Thanks to you, everything will be fine.
You don't owe me any thanks. Sorry to get you involved in such a big job. You did great. You're a hell of a junker.
And right there, that moment a second ago where he was looking right at the camera, that's him breaking the fourth wall to talk to us. That's what that is there. He's in the scene, he's talking to Metal, but in reality, he's actually talking to us. That is the game congratulating us for doing so well to get this far. I like that.
3, 2, 1, here it comes!
Later, kid!
Oh, shit! Damn. Agreed, though. I rescind my previous feelings. Random went out like a boss.
So you're really going, aren't you?
It's our responsibility, too. Besides, if I go to Moscow, I may get some of my memory back. And if that happens, I'll be able to love you even more than I do now. Wait for me. I want to be with you, but first I've got to destroy this terrible factory of theirs. Jamie, when I get back, let's try living together again. What do you say?
13th Special Operations Squad and all junker personnel. Report immediately for departure.
We'll be waiting for you, too.
Katrina! Mika! You're here too?
Anime
you better be
harem?
happy, Buster, with all these beautiful women seeing you off.
I'm happy you came. Let me introduce my wife.
Jamie Seed. I suppose it's a little odd introducing myself a second time, though.
What do you mean?
You've never met them before, have you?
What are you talking about, Gillian? We're good friends.
What? Since when?
It's the first time I've met her in person, but I've spoken with her on the video phone a lot of times.
What? Have you guys been talking about me behind my back?
What is going on? I'm really sorry for all the worry I've caused you. By the time I return, I'll probably have my memory back. Don't worry, I promise to make you happy. You might be a bit lonely for a while, but I'll be back soon. Hang in there. This kid has had such a rough time. She lost almost everything, practically overnight. I just couldn't stand to leave such a cute kid all by herself. I'm gonna memorize every detail of Katrina's lovely face so I don't forget it. Getting a little weird, but okay. Gillian, would you stop that? I feel like you're undressing me with your eyes. I guess the game has to have its fan service moments. Yeah, right? That's the look he had on his face. That's the look he had trying to memorize her. She's done a really great job. I owe her a lot of thanks. Don't worry, Mika. This one job I won't mess up. This is one job I won't mess up. Trying to learn more about you was what got our relationship started. Before I knew it, we really became close, didn't we? Our relationship has gone beyond just being friends. Beyond just being friends? That sounds pretty good to me. Oh, don't be stupid, Gillian. You have a warped mind sometimes, you know. Beyond beef. Beefy boy! Nothing is beyond super beef. Yeah, that's right. I was telling Mika about how lonely it was being home all alone all the time, and she told me that Jamie was always worried about me, so I gave her a video phone call. With even Alice gone, I was really lonely. Katrina. They're both so easy to talk to. It's like I've got two real sisters now. They're just like family to me now. I don't care if you get your memory back or not. Why? Because getting your memory back will mean that you'll remember those things about me that you hated. Things that I hated? What are you talking about? Dealing with each other's imperfections is part of what being married is all about, Jamie. Not wrong. I'm laughing because it's true. Gillian. Don't worry. Your memories will change. No, don't worry. No memories will change how I feel about you. Thank you, Gillian. It's good to hear you say that. Our memories, comrade. That's
so
right.
Have they finalized what they're going to do about junker operations? I suppose this will end up being our last mission, huh?
Well, originally they were planning on disbanding the team, but now they've decided to keep us in business.
So that means...
That's right. We've been designated as one of the government's special police divisions. That puts us above the regular cops.
So the government has decided that crime by machines poses a bigger threat than crime by humans from here on out, huh?
They've chosen the new chief, too. So when you get back, you'll get to meet the new head honcho.
Well, it's comforting to know I've got a place I can come back to.
Have a safe trip, Second Lieutenant Seed. I'm a second lieutenant as well, so let's try to work together when you get back. What, I'm second lieutenant? How come my rank is even lower than what I had when I was in the army?
Whatever you do, just come home safe, okay?
When you get back from this job, you still have a dinner date to keep with me, you know.
True fact.
Don't worry. I won't forget my promises to either of you. Oops, almost forgot. Of course, I'll want to spend some private moments with my wife, too, huh? What's wrong, Jamie?
Oh.
Harry and I will be waiting for you to get home.
That's Harry's hat.
We can do it this time, Gillian. Not some fake couple like before, but with love and trust.
Aww.
I know, Jamie.
Take care, Gillian.
I'll see you, Jamie.
That voice actress did a good job on that line. Hey!
You?
And he's built out of a Sega CD. Oh, that's great. Oh my God, I'm crying. I'm crying because of the excellent delivery of the line before, and because I'm laughing here. Oh my God. Okay, wait. This here. I gotta take a moment. Print screen. This is our sticker. This is our sticker right here. Hold on. I gotta. Where is it? Where are you? This is our sticker right here. I gotta save this. I screenshotted it. That's what I'm saving here. Hold on. Gotta crop this. For future use. There we go. Save. We'll save it to the desktop for now. Metal sticker. There we go. I'll make a sticker out of this. Perfect. Oh, that's great. Okay.
Metal?
Yes, sir. We didn't have a good frame to work with, so this is just a temporary body. Just call me Metal Gear, Sega CD for now.
So they found your memory chip in one piece, eh?
Random protected it from the blast of the beam.
Random, huh?
Hey, and
Wait
there's
a
Napoleon.
second. I've heard that sneeze somewhere before.
Really? I didn't hear anything. Anyway, I want to know if you'll take me with you. Please, Gillian, please take me with you.
Hurry up and get on board, partner.
Yes, sir, Gillian.
But we don't actually see Napoleon, so that makes me feel like it's something they added after. That's really great though, where she's like, we'll be waiting for you. Oh, that really touched me. She did a really great job delivering that line. Throughout history.
Throughout history, suspicion has always bred conflict. The real conflict, though, resides in people's hearts. This conflict has just begun.
Roll credits? Roll credits. Heck yeah, that was Snatcher, guys! Damn. What a game. So let me make it official then. That will go down, at least so far in my life, of all my years, of the greatest game I never played. Till now. Man, that was great. And it's weird, though, because whenever people talk about Kojima and his old, like, point-and-click adventure games, they always talk about Police Knots. And I've never played Police Knots. I know almost nothing about Police Knots, but I can't imagine it being better than this. Yet that's the one everyone always talks about. I can't imagine Police Knots being better. From moment one, this game pulled me in. Initially, watched someone play this on like Justin TV or some other streaming site back in 2010. Pretty close, though. So, Police Knots, not as good, but equally worthy of being in the conversation. Oh, maybe we gotta play that too sometime. I'd imagine the difference is the technology, right? Because I think Police Knots was made for the PlayStation. I could be wrong. So with the technology and the advances, you know, lets you do more. I think it's actually, like, it has anime cutscenes, I think, too, right? I can't remember, but... Well, maybe we'll have to try Police Knots again sometime. Or not again, but we'll have to try Police Knots sometime. Yeah, that would be a damper. Not having the English voice. Hey, Jim Park's really pulling triple duty here. Same with actually a lot of the cast is pulling double or triple duty on the voices. Tripper duty, yeah. reminds you of when your friend playing Stray randomly tripped a robot. Dude fell like a sack of potatoes. Okay. Wow. That's, yeah, best game I never played. You know, it's funny. I always associate that sound with Mystical Ninja Goemon. So I played a lot of that when I was young too. Wow. Okay, that was Snatcher. Well, that means that tomorrow. You remember seeing that in 2010 too? Nice. That means tomorrow is when we finally start Dark Cloud 2, which I played a little bit of Dark Cloud 2. I played it on my own not that long ago, like only a month or two ago. But aside from that, I basically just played it to see like how would this be a good one for us to do on the stream. But aside from that, I don't know anything about that one either. So that'll be a first time playthrough for me as well. And we'll start that tomorrow. It'll be the winner of the great big pole war between it and Fire Emblem. Geez, I can't remember the name. Between that and Fire Emblem. But okay. We need to find someone to raid to, so tomorrow, we'll be playing Dark Cloud 2, and then of course Path of Radiance. Thank you. We'll be playing Dark Cloud 2 tomorrow. Saturday theme stream will still be Simpsons Hit and Run. Wednesday is New Year's Eve. Wednesday, I thought it'd be fun. We're gonna do an extra long, late sort of mini marathon stream Wednesday night. I'm gonna play Harvest Moon, Back to Nature. I'm gonna play that all night, and that'll be our plans for New Year's. I wasn't invited out to do anything, so I thought I might as well spend New Year's with you guys. Why not, right? So we'll do that Wednesday night. See how far we can get playing Harvest Moon in one night, and that's our plans for the future here. In the meantime, though, we have to find someone to raid to. I will do that. I'll give you guys some raid tunes to listen to, and I'll see you in a couple minutes.
Yeehaw, baby, well that's our show. We play retro games, but it's time to blow. Saddle up, partner, it's time to change the view. Time to dance at a different venue. Pixelated lands where the cowboys roam. We're shooting for high scores, never going home. With a quick draw, a controller in hand, we're the wildest raiders in all the land. The night is young, we're on the run. Old school fun and we're second to none. But the sun is setting, it's time to call. Grab your posse, it's time for the raid, y'all. Riding into the raid on a digital horse. Retro heroes, raid with no remorse. Press start, let's make a little noise. Get ready, get set, let's bring the boys. Riding into the raid, let the wild ones play. We're coming in style in our cowboy way. The stream's about to flow, hold tight, it's fate. We're coming in hot and we're raising the stakes. Scores, we don't really mind. In this pixel paradise, we're one of a kind. From the saloon to the digital frontier, we're shooting our shots, bring a raid near. Retro legends in the stream tonight. Bosses, power-ups, and dynamite. So grab your dear partner, it's going down. We're taking this pose into another town. The night is young, we're on the run. Old school fun and we're second to none. But the sun is setting, it's time to call. Grab your posse, it's time for the raid, y'all. Riding into the raid on a digital horse. Retro heroes, we're back with no remorse. Press start, let's make a little noise. Get ready, get set, let's bring the boys. Riding into the raid, let the wild ones play. We're coming for that win in our cowboy way. The stream's about to blow, hold tight, it's fate. We're coming in hot and we're raising the stakes.
Okay, we're gonna raid into Mr. Popsicle. Popsicle's a friend of the channel, friend of the stream. He comes in here, friend of mine. He's playing Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, one of my favorite games ever, actually. We're going to raid into there, raid into him. We have a raid message that we can send if you are subscribed. We have a raid message for those who are not. Let's go in there. Let's show them how Rodeo's Raiders do, and I will see you guys next time.